Hey everyone, welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into the 2025 celebrity beauty boom, and specifically, we're going to explore how literally turning trash into a resource is completely reshaping the industry as we know it.
Okay, let's dive right into this. For years, whenever a celebrity launched a beauty brand, we kind of all rolled our eyes a little bit, right? It was so easy to assume it was just another overpriced perfume or, a vanity lip kit meant to squeeze a quick buck out of their Instagram followers. But looking at the data for 2025, that illusion is just entirely shattered. We're no longer talking about mere hype here. We are looking at highly strategic, heavily data-driven empires that are completely rewriting consumer expectations. So, what actually separates a quick cash grab from an enduring juggernaut? Well, it really comes down to intent, structure, and solving actual real-world problems.
Because the economic power at play here is just undeniable. Just take a look at the 2025 estimated annual revenues for the absolute top players in the market. Fenty Beauty by Rihanna, they're pulling in an estimated $600 million. Rare Beauty by Selena Gomez is generating somewhere around $400 million. And right up there, actually tied at the top, is Priyanka Chopra's Anomaly Haircare, sitting at a staggering $600 million in estimated revenue. Let that sink in for a second. These are absolutely not just fun side hustles. These brands have evolved into long-term fixtures in both prestige and mass markets, and they are flat out outperforming legacy cosmetics companies. How? By aligning their products with what modern consumers actually care about. But to really get how they pull this off, we need to zoom out for a second and look at the broader business landscape.
Which brings us to ESG. Now, you already know ESG, environment, social, and governance, is no longer just a simple corporate checklist to breeze through. It is a fundamental business imperative. These initiatives are massive, comprehensive strategies aimed at reducing a company's carbon footprint, ensuring ethical leadership, and, critically, building deep, unshakable trust with stakeholders. In today's market, consumers and investors alike are absolutely demanding that companies take a proactive stance on global issues. Frankly, if you don't have a strong ESG framework in place right now, you are fundamentally risking your brand's future viability.
So this delicate balance really comes down to three core pillars. First, it's about economic choices. Like, for example, the Indian brand ITC. They donate 1 rupee for every single notebook sold, which builds immense, deep-rooted brand loyalty. But it's also about socially responsible practices that actively win over your community. And, of course, environmental action. And you want to know the absolute secret hiding in that last one? Going green actually slashes your overhead. It's true. When you use less packaging material, you immediately lower your production costs and improve fuel efficiency during shipping. Basically, sustainability isn't just some charity initiative, it literally future-proofs the entire business. And this brilliantly illustrates something legacy pioneers have been proving for years. Take Patagonia and Tesla, for example. Patagonia was founded way back in 1973, and they built their entire philosophy around causing no unnecessary harm. They use eco-friendly materials, they recycle returns, and they've proven for decades that ethical manufacturing builds an incredibly fierce, loyal customer base. Tesla, on the flip side, totally revolutionized the automotive industry by producing zero-emission vehicles and heavily investing in newer, safer battery chemistries. Both of these giants proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that eco-friendly practices and massive profitability can go hand in hand. They completely set the stage for what the modern consumer expects today. Pivoting back to the beauty industry battleground, it is so fascinating to see how the modern heavyweights are applying these exact same lessons. I mean, they aren't just selling products anymore. They are using purpose-driven narratives to capture serious market share. Look at Fenty Beauty. They didn't just sell makeup, they sold inclusivity. They famously launched with over 50 foundation shades so that literally no one was left out. Rare Beauty didn't just sell blush. They built an entire brand architecture around mental health awareness, which added this immense emotional depth to their consumer connection. They recognized early on that today's buyers want their purchases to actually reflect their personal values. Which perfectly sets the stage for what I consider an absolute masterclass in this space. Anomaly Haircare. Launched by Priyanka Chopra Jonas back in 2021, this brand did not just rely purely on her massive global persona. Not at all. Instead, they built a rock-solid brand identity around the belief that beauty should be a right, not a privilege. Through incredibly intentional design, minimalist branding, and just a relentless commitment to sustainability, Anomaly has quietly, but very rapidly, ascended to become the world's second-largest beauty brand. So how exactly did they do it? Well, they did it through what we'll call the economics of trash. Instead of using standard supply chains, Anomaly diverted literal plastic trash straight from oceans and landfills to make their bottles. And by doing that, they entirely slashed their packaging budgets, like slashed them to the bone. They then took those millions in savings and poured them straight back into premium, high-quality, clean formulas. And because their production costs were so strategically lowered on the packaging side, they could price a really premium product accessibly for the everyday consumer. It is just a brilliant cyclical business model. But what's really fascinating here is the absolute specificity of their commitment. Anomaly's green promise isn't just vague marketing speak. Their bottles are made from 100% plastic trash. Their tubes, 70% plastic trash. Their dry shampoo cans are made from infinitely recyclable aluminum. And inside those sustainable containers, the formulas are 100% clean, vegan, and cruelty-free, with absolutely no parabens, sulfates, or mineral oils.
So the crucial point is, does this hyper-focus on sustainability actually pay off in the short term while building toward that massive 2025 valuation? Oh, absolutely. In 2024 alone, Anomaly generated a staggering $50 million in revenue. That blew right past traditional celebrity competitors, including brands launched by absolute giants like Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande. It proves beyond a doubt that consumers are actively voting with their wallets right now. They are choosing purpose and planetary responsibility over traditional celebrity flash.
And a massive part of that success is simply meeting consumers where they already are. Instead of gatekeeping the brand behind exclusive luxury counters, they put their products right on the shelves for your everyday Target and CVS runs. They dominated digital distribution on Amazon, and they aggressively expanded into Priyanka Chopra's home country of India via the massive retailer Nykaa. This masterstroke ensured the brand appealed to a remarkably broad, budget-conscious, and sustainability-minded audience worldwide. Now, zooming back out for a second, Anomaly is really a microcosm of a much more massive shift happening in retail. We are watching the real-time death of the traditional linear economy, that old take, make, and dispose model, and the rapid rise of the circular economy. Retailers all across the globe are finally realizing that recycling, renovating, reusing, and upcycling materials is the actual future. We're already seeing this with huge clothing brands like H&M and Patagonia offering take-back programs for used garments. The bottom line is, sustainability is no longer seen as a nice-to-have charity initiative. It is a rigorous, strategic framework that is completely required for securing brand loyalty in the 21st century. Which brings us to the ultimate takeaway of this explainer. We've just seen how purposeful design and a genuine commitment to the environment transformed literal ocean plastic into a market-dominating juggernaut. So I want to leave you with this. If trash can literally build a $600 million beauty empire, what other industries are sitting right now on the very edge of a sustainable revolution? The blueprint is out there, consumer demand is skyrocketing, and the economics of going green have never been more profitable. Keep your eyes wide open because it's going to be wild to see who disrupts the market next.